Hey guys, CruiseX back with more Final Fantasy XIV and the Path of the Astrologian. When we last left off, well, our old friend Sully came back, aka the woman who frickin' decided, oh, I'm trying to get Leveva back, so let's do it by stabbing her in the gut. But yeah, apparently basically she's willing to kill Leveva for reasons. And Leveva didn't exactly come here correctly. So basically we've been lied to, but I mean, we're the Warrior of Light, so who cares? I've geared up a tiny bit since then, and man do I hate this planisphere. I mean, look at this thing. Thank God I only have to deal with it for 2 levels. Anyways, let's get right on with it, and, get to the level 56 quest, Feather in the Cap. I'm happy to report that Leveva is fine and well, and hasn't been attacked by bandits, dastards, curs, Charlene spies, or disgruntled knights once since her last encounter at the Convictory. After restoring health to all the convictors so they might return to getting wounded again, she journeyed northwest into the Dravanian Forelands. If that journey was without incident, she should be in Tailfeather now, tending to the chocobo hunters there. Might I suggest that we go and join her, Chris? Alright, let's roll. Oh yeah. Sorry, I've got way too many, Here we are. Alright.
Chris! It is good to see you again. I pray you have not been neglecting your training. Now, you may be wondering why I chose Tailfeather of all places to visit next. Well, the truth of the matter is, I did not choose it at all. It chose me. The hunters here somehow heard of what we had done at the Convictory, and placed a formal request to have me come to tend to the hamlet's wounded. I would like to believe this is proof that one of the benefits of Charlene astrology is slowly but surely spreading through the realm. But enough talk. There are still many ailing souls that require succor. Would you and Jannequinard mind assisting me again as you did in the Western Highlands?
I am running out of, breath half the time. Alright, expected benefit, here we are. I don't know who you are, but you're good in my book. Just in case. Calum tree root. The fuck? An honest healer. You're in Tailfeather. No, I have seen everything. I shouldn't have even healed him! On his deathbed just from freaking tripping over a tree root. Praise the 12! I'm healed! Alright, now where's Leveva? Hopefully not getting stabbed again.
These men and women have chosen a horrendously dangerous profession. A chocobo's talons can rip open flesh to the bone, and a single kick can knock an otherwise hale hunter out for a se'night, if he survives it.
Many of them seemed surprised. Grateful, of course, but surprised that we were helping them. Does the hamlet not have its own healers? Do the Temple Knights not dispatch their hospitaliers this far from Ishgard?
The Holy See only cares for the war with the dragons. It cannot be bothered with a handful of hunters, despite the fact that these hunters are its citizens. I was told on my arrival that they manage with mixed poultices created using herbs gathered from around the hamlet. When the wounds are more severe, they turn to their sole barber who, well, is also the local butcher. I'm sorry, my frustration with the situation and coupled with the day's efforts have me slightly drained. Might I be allowed a few moments of respite?
Quimpering, Chris, would you be so kind as to accompany the lady on her stroll? It's been far too long since that Charlian assassin showed her face, and a reading I conducted earlier this morning showed a day rife with conflict and confusion. Are you sure that wasn't for you, dude? I mean, far be it from the quest to be right for once. I mean... Yeah, I totally forget to mend up. Oh well. Let's see how I survive.
I am glad you came, Chris. There's something important I must tell you. Since Jannequinard gave me my father's journal, I've spent my nights poring over its writings, trying to piece together what I could about his life. It appears he was hard-working and just. He trusted all, and truly wanted to help people in need. He believed that knowledge should not be hoarded like food, but shared amongst the intellectually starved. He also knew that there were those who would see him stopped. Persons who used their influence to trick and frighten the forum into believing that knowledge should be kept at one's breast. Persons who saw my father as a threat. His final few entries all speak of how he feared for his life. Of how one man in particular was working to see him dead. That man's name. It's not important. For in the end, it turned out your father was killed by the very people he was foolish enough to trust. People who, in their slaying of a good man, proved they were unworthy of the knowledge he so freely offered him. And now here you are, making the same mistake as he. Continue with this foolishness, and you too will suffer his fate. Do not dare talk of my father as if you knew him! You know nothing! Your mind is as close to the mind of those back in the old world who believe that hiding their books will shield them from pain and suffering of the real world. Such passion. It is a pity it remains misdirected. My employer only wishes to see you back, safe in Sharlayan. The Forum recognizes your talent. You are an asset to our nation and its people. We would have you live a long and prosperous life, so that you may rise even higher than your father ever had the opportunity to. But we both know you are far too stubborn to take this gift so graciously offered. You would rather fight. And you know, so would I. No more games, Leveva. Let us end this right here, right now, with your precious stars as your witness. Spare no one, not even the girl. Fate has guided us here, Chris. Now let us guide our fates to victory.
Yeah, gravity. I just spam gravity now.
Oh, do not think because you bested me in the past you can do the same here. This time I come prepared.
Looks as if you could do with an extra blade.
Still no.
Yay for gravity!
I will not die like your father did, on foreign soil at the hands of barbarians!
How did she summon that? I cannot. Ugh. Yeah, I kind of neglected to. Ah, well, we're done with Sully.
The irony.
Are you all right? I heard the commotion and came as quickly as I could.
Not as quickly as these four. You remember the hunters so gravely wounded not less than a bell ago? If my memory serves me, they could barely lift a finger, let alone rush headlong into a heated battle and help turn the tide.
Don't be... He's so hard on the silk shirt. Turns out we didn't need his help any road. Who'd have thought, eh? Real life fighting astrologians. Now I truly have seen everything. Leveva! I dare say those men would not have risked their lives had they little respect for us or our craft. You were right. Our actions here have done more to promote Sharlayan astrology than any long-winded discourse. Why, I expect this very night the tale of your daring deeds will be told 100 times over in mead halls across the Forelands.
Which means it will not be long before the forum is heard as well. We Sharlayans may have officially abandoned this realm, but our ears remain. If the one who hired Selly is who I think it is, then I expect not less than a formal edict of extradition to be issued.
An edict of extradition? But Sharlayan has no power to force Ishgard to deliver you into their hands. Furthermore, what exactly is it you have done wrong, but allowed others to partake in your great nation's bottomless well of knowledge? As I did nearly 20 summers ago when I studied in her halls.
Things changed after you left, Jannequinard. Many even believe it was my father's death that tipped the scales in favor of closing Sharlayan's doors and locking away all our knowledge. If the forum deems it so, I could be arrested and imprisoned for theft of natural resources. And I see no reason why your Holy See, who has already shown its disdain for our efforts, would stand in its way.
So what do we do? Your grandfather, your father, they've given up so much to see you here. We cannot just concede defeat, now that we have finally begun to make headway.
I never said we would, John. I have no intention of giving up or giving in. Doing so would be to deny the sacrifices made by my father and grandfather. The stars have shown me the path I must take. There is no other. And it begins back at Tailfeather, healing those who aided us. I will see the two of you in Ishgard once I have settled matters here. Quimperine will see I arrived unharmed.
Well, that's all well and good. I really gotta work on my double tapping. Just for a quick try of, alright, back to the Athenium. Almost picked the Jeweled Crozier because I'm so used to going there. Someone's still in here? Oh yeah. The Leveva still has not returned from Tailfeather. Oh, but do not worry. I have had word that she simply intends to stay a few turns of the sun longer. What we should be worrying about, however, is the form and their pending decision on our companion's extradition. If an official edict is drafted, I fear we may find ourselves at the mercy of the Vault. And if that were to happen, there will be little we can do to keep Leveva here, short of starting a war. If only we had more time. When I was studying in Sharlayan, I heard whispers of an ancient astromanic spell which could stop time and the very movements of the heavens. All of my professors denied it existed. The only technique remotely similar being something called time dilation, a process in which diverting a celestial body's otherwise straight flow of ether creates the illusion of slow time, increasing the duration of beneficial magic. And here we are learning it. And it does exactly that. What it basically does is extends the duration of beneficial effects you cast on a party member by 15 seconds. So unfortunately, I can't use it on myself, so that's a thing. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. When next we meet, we will be doing the level 58 quest Trumped. We'll see what happens on that one. But until then, that's it for this episode of Cruisenix Purgatory. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live at PlayStation and you like the show, feel free to hit the follow button below and be sure to turn on notifications. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me. Click here to watch the next episode of Path of the Astrologian. And click here to watch the previous one. Until next time, Cruisenix X, signing out.